everybody. Welcome back to Thai Town Reviews. Today is a special mini review. I still have Remake Rumble with Nightmare on Elm Street later this week. But today I'm going to be releasing a video, just a quick review on a short indie horror movie called Teddy Told Me To. Now, I never heard of this. I had somebody who is involved with the film. He actually played Teddy. Reach out to me and he asked me to just watch it and do a quick review. And I said, well, let me look at it first. And he said, of course. So I checked out, I read about it. Saw it was an independent film. And I was like, you know what? Okay. I didn't know if it was real or not. I didn't know if the guy who reached out to me was really Michael Shields or not. He reached out to me, he asked me to do it, and as somebody who's independently trying to make something myself with this channel, I couldn't say no. So, Teddy Told Me To is an independent film from 2023 about a young couple, Danny and Zoe, who want to open their own haunted attraction, but they choose to knowingly buy a place linked to a grisly murder and a half. If you watch the film, you'll know. But they knowingly buy a place that's linked to a grisly past, and just hoping that helps bring in money and a lot of people. A lot of people equals a lot of money. Sounds right to me. I wouldn't have personally done that, but that's kind of the whole thing with horror movies. Don't do it, don't do it. They do it. But it was directed by Tom Devlin. He's known mostly for his work as a makeup artist. He actually created the character of Teddy from this film on a show called Face Off. So I thought that was a neat little thing. He created this, it got him some traction, and he decided, hey, my first movie, or one of my first movies, I can't remember if this came before the very next film or not, but he was like, hey, I'm going to make a movie about that. And he did, and it was alright, we'll get into it. The cast, it was a very full cast. If you watched my Friday the 13th video, I talked about how full that cast was for such a low budget film. This movie, same thing, very low budget. The director did pretty much everything himself, it looked like. I know he had writers and he had producers and people who helped him. Obviously the actors helped him and pitched in a lot, but was clearly so low budget. And I don't mean so low budget as a knock. It's an independent film. The guy made it himself, produced it himself. Now again, there's other producers, other writers who helped make it happen, but regardless, he's the one who stuck his neck out for it. And for that, he has a very big cast, and a notable cast in a couple of instances. You have Danny, who is played by Topher Hansen. I hope I say that right. Again, if you watch if you watch my videos before, I'm very bad with pronouncing names. I don't know what it is. It's an anxiety thing. I don't know. Or I just can't read. But anyways, Topher Hansen, who's mostly known as the underdog from Extraordinary Circumstances, and he has a few other low-budget films that are on his ledger. You have Zoe. They call her Zoe in the film. It's Zoe in the cast list, but she corrects the realtor at the beginning of the movie and says it's Zoe. So I'm going to call her Zoe, played by Kamara Cole, known for Head on the Plate, Balboa Boulevard, and Mars Has Eyes. Now, I believe all three of those came out after this. So if you know her, she's from those things, but I think this was her first starring role, even though she looked familiar to me, but turns out I haven't seen anything she's been in except this movie. Justin, he played himself. Justin Willits, his character was kind of a play on people who live stream for YouTube, and they go to these places that are tied to these grisly pasts, whether it's murder, suicide, whatever it might be. His character's kind of a play on that. Something bad happens to him, but anyways, he's known for this movie, Las Vegas Frankenstein, and he's also got a YouTube following. He's an actual YouTuber. Jimmy, played by Vince. This is the one that's going to get me, because Mango, I may be butchering the whole thing. Anyway, his name is Vince. He's known for Blade the Iron Cross, Las Vegas Frankenstein, and Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story, which was a fun little tidbit because I've seen that movie several times and I did not recognize that actor, so I don't know exactly what role he had on that. Theo, played by Trent Haga. He's known for independent horror films such as Teddy Told Me To, Dead Girl, and Killjoy. You have Duke the Chainsaw Clown, fun character. One of my favorite segments of the movie involves him, played by Drew Marvick. He's a multi-talented filmmaker, actor, and producer. He's known mostly for his work with Pool Party Massacre from 2017. You have Steve, played by Warrington Gillette, I think it's Gillette. But anyways, you have Steve, played by him. He is known best as being one of two actors who portray Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 2. He is the one who you see without the mask when he's leaping through the window to grab one of the characters. He's also known for Time Walker and Penny Dreadful. Jan, played by Lisa Wilcox. She is an actress, former model, and designer. She is best known as Alice from Nightmare on Elm Streets 4 and 5. Papa Shango, played by Charles Wright, better known from wrestling fans as The Godfather from his time as a wrestler. Allie, played by Tabitha Stevens, known for being a porn actress and being inducted into the Hall of Fame for that profession. So there you go. Roxy, played by Daisy Ducati. She is known for the After Dark, Evil Bong 777, and Teddy Told Me To. I've never seen the Evil Bong movies. The After Dark, I think I've watched that, but for the life of me, could not remember it. But it sounds too familiar for me not to have watched it. Christy, played by the Felissa Rose, probably the biggest name actor in this film by far. She's best known for Sleepaway Camp, Return to Sleepaway Camp, and over 200 other film credits to her name. Little Angela, played by Lily Devlin. And then finally, the last character I'll talk about, Teddy, played by Michael Shields. He is known for Nameless, The After Dark, and Teddy Told Me To. Overall, I like this film. I really love low-budget slashers. Slasher's my favorite subgenre of horror. And lower-budget ones, there's more care and love put into those than the bigger-budget ones. I don't care what movie it is. Very few of my favorite horror are like big-budget, big-time horror movies. This one absolutely does hit the spot, too. Ultimately, it's a love letter by Devlin to all the horror movies he clearly grew up watching. The cast clearly enjoys working together and working with him, since they all work together, or not all, I won't say all. They all clearly enjoy working together. Several of them have worked together before with Devlin, or ended up working with him again, depending on timeline of when stuff was filmed to when it was released. But they either worked with him before or worked with him after on other films like Las Vegas Frankenstein or The After Dark, or several other projects where they all worked together and worked with him again. So they all clearly had a good time together. What started out as looking like a potential boring method of killing, I thought it was going to be strangulation, because in the flashback, that's how he tries to strangle his father. In the very first kill he does on screen, in the story that's being told about Teddy and about his killings at the site that they're at, he tries to strangle somebody. He does end up using a knife, but the very first thing he does is strangle somebody. Very first thing he does in the present time period is strangle someone. I thought it was just going to be stabbings or strangulations, and that was going to be boring. I was really concerned for a second, but very quickly Devlin eases people's minds of that, because he has a very wide variety of kills that are very fun. My biggest knock on the film is some of the acting. Some of them were very good. Some of them did a very good job. But a few of them, very bumbling, very awkward. Clearly probably their first film they ever worked on, and there probably was some nervousness there. They just weren't very good. I don't know. There was a lot of bumblingness. And it took away from the movie a little bit. My only other issue with this film overall really is the misuse of Felissa Rose. This is my personal opinion. This is his film. He made it. It's hard to make movies. It's hard to create anything. But I think he misused Felissa Rose. I would have loved to see her be a main character versus the role that she actually has. Other than that, he completely delivers what he set out to do. Yes, it's low budget. Yes, some of it's very cheesy, but some of the cheesiness is intended. If you like movies like Sleepaway Camp or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, films from that era, you're really gonna love this. And this film even has two fun twists: twist on what happened to Teddy, and twist on who one of the other characters are. Kind of comes out of nowhere. I had to rewind it because it caught me off guard both times, but it was a fun twist. Now, as much as I kind of harped on the acting and stuff, I still give this film a 3.5 mutilated teddy bears out of 5. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. People, please come back, please, and watch week 2 of Remake Rumble, Nightmare on Elm Street versus Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. Goodbye!